Hi everyone, Cinder here. Welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Let's finish this up. Bring the beast over here. Everybody attacks. And then Dimitri kills Edelgard. Fantastic. That is the plan.
Child's play.
I'm wondering just how much Edelgard does. We're gonna find out.
Eventually, I too will fall.
Level 33 for Felix. Strength speed lock.
Strength never betrays.
How much you do? 24. You can take that. You're using Raging Flames. Not. You're using the your Armored Core, cause you're scared. Again, we're gonna use the Brave Sword. We've kind of been through this already. Still have 26 uses of it. And that didn't break. So I bring Ash. Still no chance to crit. Could use the Brave Bow, and that just ends it. I don't need to though. You'll see. Silver Bow. So that breaks. And we can Iron Bow. And now it just has that 1 HP bar left, and well, that's that.
No hesitation. It won't be in vain.
Invigorating.
Hey, and you still hit Dimitri, and just need the healer up here. And everything's fine. Fortify for that 1 HP. Gives her experience. Let's go. Get off that tile.
Stab your chest, break your neck, smash your head. I will allow you to choose your own death.
Whew.
I'm not interested in methods of dying. All that matters is when death takes place, not how.
Wait. Oh. When it takes place, not how. And that when is not now, according to her.
And I have no intention of dying today.
See, I saw where she was going with
I'm
that.
sure all of the people you've slaughtered so far thought the same.
We won't hold back.
He just jumps through the explosion. Oh yeah. But I said I was going to do this. Gotta use the fancy spear for this.
I lost. Just as expected, you aren't making my path an easy one. I must retreat for now. We'll meet again on the battlefield.
So, you think you can escape Edelgard?
Your Highness! You're alive. We have to retreat to the Great Bridge of Myrden.
That woman. We failed to capture her. I will keep pursuing. The rest of you, keep fighting!
I'm so sorry, but we can't do that. I understand how you feel, but the Imperial Army is closing in.
I'll kill all of them. No matter how many hundreds or thousands of them there are!
You! What are you doing here? It's too dangerous. Fall back, now!
Your Highness! You are...
Why, thank you so much. Oh, have I caught you off guard, Your Highness? Aww, does it hurt? I bet it hurts real bad, doesn't it? But it's nothing compared to what my brother felt. You will never be forgiven, you know. I will never forgive you.
You must be...
You filthy monster! It's time to die!
Dimitri! Professor! Do it now!
Ah! Brother, help me.
Rodrigue!
Your Highness, are you safe? Please tell me it wasn't in vain.
This punishment, it was mine to bear.
There are no sins or punishments on the battlefield.
No, don't die. Please don't die. Father, stepmother, Glenn, they all died and left me behind. Rodrigue, are you to join the ghosts who shadow my every move? This is my fault. I'm the one who killed you, as surely as though I had wielded the blade.
Your Highness, you have one thing terribly wrong. None of them, none of us, died for you. I'm dying for what I believe in, just as they did. Your life is your own. It belongs to no other, living or dead. Live for what you believe in. Dimitri, my boy. You really do look just like His Majesty. What are you saying, Lambert?
I am heading to Dusker, and before you start, nothing you could say would change my mind. You worry too much, my friend. So far, relations with Dusker have been going smoothly, wouldn't you say? You, of all people, should appreciate how critical these negotiations are.
Of course I do, but for the king himself to make the journey, you must admit that it's dangerous. And His Highness is still so young. If the worst should happen...
Even if the worst should happen, he would be okay. He's a smart boy, Rodrigue. Even if he should lose his father, I have no doubt that he will grow to be a good and respectable man.
Lambert...
However, if he ever starts down the wrong path, and I am not here to set him straight, I am trusting you to do so in my stead, old friend. Promise me.
Lambert, my promise.
What do you want?
Where are you going?
It doesn't concern you.
It does.
Get out of my way. No.
You're going to Inbar, aren't you? Do you really think that will appease the dead?
Silence! You have no idea what you're talking about. Death is the end. No matter how much lingering regret a person has, after death, they are powerless. They cannot even wish for revenge, much less seek it out. Hatred, regret. Those burdens fall on the shoulders of those who are left behind. And so I must continue down this path. I already told you as much. It is far too late to stop.
You're wrong.
Do not waste your breath with some nonsense about how I should move on with my life for their sake. That is merely the logic of the living. It's meaningless. Those who died with lingering regret, they will not loose their hold on me so easily. But you seem to have all the answers. So tell me, Professor. Please tell me. How do I silence their desperate pleas? How do I save them? Ever since that day 9 years ago, I have lived only to avenge the fallen. Even my time at the Officers' Academy was also that I could secure my revenge and clear away the regret of the dead. It was the only thing that kept me alive. My only reason to keep moving forward.
You must forgive yourself.
But then who or what should I live for?
Live for what you believe in.
What I believe in? Rodrigue said the same thing. But is it possible? I am a murderous monster. My hands are stained red. Could one such as I truly hope for such a life? As the sole survivor of that day, do I have the right to live for myself? Your hands are so warm. Have they always been?
Part 2. Azure Moon. Heartstring Moon. The King's Triumphant Return. Following the death of Rodrigue, Dimitri begins to question his desire for revenge. His troubled mind turns to the kingdom capital and how he might end the chaos plaguing Fargus once and for all.
Our victory at Drondor was certainly a turning point for us. However, Rodrigue's death has been difficult to bear. We've lost considerable military strength and resources.
Are there no lords? Is there no way to secure more soldiers?
If we split up the soldiers currently defending the monastery, we should have sufficient numbers to invade the Empire. But even then...
Your Highness, you should be resting. Your wounds are still healing.
I am well, I assure you. More importantly, may I have a moment of your time? Thank
course.
you. I wish to apologize to all of you. I have led you down this dark path with me, and have caused so much suffering along the way. I cannot tell you how sorry I am for my behavior. There is no apology I could offer that would be sufficient.
And how do you intend to make up for my father's death?
Felix, I realize words alone are not enough to repent, but I fear they are all I have.
I'm not after more empty words. I want you to speak through your actions.
I know that no amount of regret can ever bring back the lives we have lost. I know that well. It is like patching up a tear with a different material. Things can never be as they were. The best I can hope for is to make things whole again. I wish to do the right thing from now on. That is why I have made a decision. I intend to take back the Kingdom Capital. I wish to save our people. Those who I turned my back on for far too long. To follow my heart and do the right thing. That is the only way I can atone for my sins.
Your Highness. If we can win back Ferdiad, it will give us the advantage in our war against the Empire. As one who has served the royal family for ages, know that your words bring me great joy and pride. That said, I must point out that if we make for Ferdiad, the Emperor's head will slip further out of reach. Can you live with that?
I still hold hatred in my heart for her, and for the ones responsible for the tragedy. That I will carry with me until death. But my life is my own. It belongs to no one else, and it is high time that I started living for what I believe in. I will no longer allow the voices of the dead to bind me. This is something that I must do. No, something that I am choosing to do. I will accomplish my aim, even if it means risking my life to do so.
Understood, Your Highness. So, any objections?
Count me in.
You are correct. We cannot afford to die in vain by recklessly challenging the Empire.
I'm worried about Lady Rhea. But if this is the choice you've made, I support it.
I am at your command, Your Highness. I will follow you anywhere.
My sword is at your service, Your Highness.
I'll help too. The people in Ferdiad need us.
Fine, I'll help you, in my father's stead. But in return, you must win. You know that, don't you, Dimitri?
I do. And I swear on my father's lance that we will prevail.
Then it is decided. It seems this war council has much to discuss. Our next stop is Ferdiad, the kingdom capital, for the future of Fargus.
Didn't call him the Boar Prince. Called him by his name. This is the Dimitri that I liked at the beginning. Here we go. He's turned the corner. And he's here. Now, definitely Great Lord. We can continue with Felix. I'm sure he'll be pissed off, but you know, whatever. We have all of the supports to do with Dimitri. There are a lot of supports now. A lot of supports. But we're going to go ahead and jump into Explore because new month, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I do have those. No problem there. Needed beautiful flowers, any size or type will do. Floral tribute. For Rodri. Alright, yeah. At last, I feel the
I
same.
am very grateful to you. I could never have achieved this on my own.
We finally shook Dimitri. The freedom from the shackles of the past. At least for the most
This
part.
all thanks to you and Lord Rodrigue.
Yeah,
This
Lord
month,
Rodrigue.
we will invade Ferdiad by way of the Fraldarius domain.
Okay, now, Felix's
Leave the
domain.
negotiations with House Fraldarius to me. You make ready for the actual battle. It's a tricky business, but we are taking our first steps forward. I have a request. I have a request.
Turn that in.
Thank you very much.
Find some flowers.
Right. Edelgard. Claude. His Highness. All the house leaders from way back when, assembled again at Gronder. I wonder what their thoughts were as they headed out to the battlefield.
Well...
Fighting with 3 different groups in the mix was as confusing as it was difficult to survive. Enemies and allies dying, one on top of the other. What an absolute mess, huh? If only I had my infirmary out in Gronder. Maybe I could have saved a few more lives.
If we're headed to the kingdom capital, that means we're further away from rescuing Lady Rhea. But it can't be helped, can it? Perhaps some people will question this decision, but I trust your judgment. Lady Rhea would want us to help in Ferdiad. She'd scold us if we rescued her and left innocent people suffering.
It seems we are headed for the kingdom capital this month. The Church of Seros stands ready to lend its aid to you and Dimitri. It may be a roundabout route, but I believe this path will still eventually take us to Rhea.
More than likely.
Besides, saving the people of Fargus is just what she would want us to do.
What of this? There's a school of sorcery in Ferdiad, which is staffed by the top minds of magical research. The study of crests and sorcery should not be separate. I've often thought I should pay them a visit someday. I never imagined I might end up invading the place with an army, though. Not how I imagined it at all.
Yeah, it's a weird way to do it, right? Smart, I would have done the statues first, but you know, whatever. It's fine.
Oh, standing face to face with those whom I went to school with. On the field of battle. How inhuman war is. How horrifying.
That's right.
My heart feels shattered.
And everybody should
It
realize
is my
that.
hope that this war marks the end of such foolish behavior.
Need something? See you again soon.
Continue talking to people. Is something special? Day is the choir festival. Yes.
Singing is so much.
This is.
Oh, she's having to. She was gonna say something different there. My bad. Log. No. Log. Oh no. Okay. So the same thing. Never mind. Lost line.
Yeah. Professor?
Anyway, I was born and raised in Fargus, but I've never actually been to Ferdiad. Do you think it'll still be cold at this time of year?
Probably.
I can't even imagine.
Heard it's always cold here. We should prepare for the
You're
cold.
right. It's an important battle, so let's make sure we're ready for anything.
Exactly. Be prepared.
Hello.
We buried Lord Rodrigue's body ourselves. There wasn't time to do things properly. It pains me that I was unable to take him home to his territory. Once this war is over, I'd like to hold a proper funeral for him. For now, we need to focus on taking back Ferdiad. All will be well eventually. I know we can win.
Thank you.
A moment, please.
Oh.
I can still hardly believe we managed to win against numbers like that. Oh, unless the real me is lying dead in Gronder and this is all just a happy dream.
I can assure you that is not the case.
Right.
Unless plot gets super weird.
What the?
I don't feel like I can just forget all the awful stuff he's done. But if His Highness is owning up to his past and trying to move forward, I figure I can give him that chance. We've been friends since we were kids. I'm gonna be there for him all the way to the end.
Professor, I really caused trouble for you, didn't I? I am so sorry, truly. I am also eternally grateful to you. Now, it's time to go to the kingdom capital. I hope that you will lend me your strength once again.
I'm there.
How is this? Everyone is saying His Highness is back to his old self, but I do not think that is accurate. What he was until recently is what he had been for as long as I've known him. So tortured by his compassion for the fallen that it had driven him mad. He has always been too kind to be king. He has always felt too much for the weak and the dead. That is exactly why I look up to him.
At least it seems we've broken through. And I am really happy for that.
Welcome.
Yeah, because I didn't say anything new was there.
Please come again.
Anna, you restocked for me, right? No.
Come back soon.
I could help.
If you manage to take back Ferdiad, it'll make it a bit easier for us to do business. Taxes in the Fargus dukedom are ridiculously high.
Bet they
It's
are.
hard to even think about trading. That Cornelia woman. What does she use that ample tax money for anyway?
Evil experiments, just out of cruelty, giving money to the Empire.
From the Empire's perspective, I suppose it makes sense to squeeze the former kingdom territories for all they're worth. But if they throw those territories into total ruin, doesn't that defeat the purpose of conquering them?
Right, but we never think about that.
Hello there. This one, yes? I thank you. Return soon, please.
No.
Right.
Never! Hey, Black Sand Steel. Nice. Let's talk to the gatekeeper.
Professor? Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Ferdiad is a city with a long history that goes back to before Fargus gained its independence. I'd like to visit that place at least once before I die. But I'm afraid I have my own work to attend to. It's hard being so dedicated. Ah, well. I'll go there for some leisurely sightseeing once Fodlan knows peace.
You do that, gatekeeper. Again, I think the gatekeeper needs a name at this point. Like, he need to become a named NPC.
I see.
Way too long, I agree.
Say, up until a few decades ago, Ferdiad was a disorderly city. Even the water supply was poorly constructed. As such, it was a hotbed of sickness and disease.
That's not good.
The late king hired a researcher named Cornelia, who advised that he give top priority to improving the city's infrastructure. In the space of just a few years, the city was transformed into a place of beauty and order. At the same time, the diseases that had plagued our land loosened their grip, one after another. It was miraculous.
So why did she do all that? Did she turn at some point, or? A special peach sorbet. Many people are good. And Ingrid. Ingrid doesn't like it as much, but that's okay.
I think it's wonderful to be...
Still gives her the motivation. You just don't get as much Professor XP. Which is no longer any worry for us at all.
Unbelievable.
Flowers are colorful, but the leaves are sharp as blades.
Hi there.
Speed carrot, +1 speed. Nice. Let's plant... five root vegetable seeds. Again with the Pegasus blessings. Mixed herb seeds.
Here's my thought. The fish in this pond get fed every day, so they're swimming all lazy and serene. But the only reason they're kept here is so that they can one day be used for food. But the fish don't know that, so they just swim around happily. It's a bit of a miserable thought. But aren't soldiers much the same?
Let's not think that way. That's sad.
Hey!
A few more people to talk to. Let's say. I talked to everybody in the second floor, right? Yeah, okay. Let's get all the talking
I
done.
agree that we should head for Ferdiad, but let's not forget our search for Lady Rhea. The soldiers from the church are going to set up a base at the Great Bridge of Murden. They'll be able to keep up the search while we head for the kingdom capital.
I'll do. 3 left? I think I'm going to use those 3 for food.
The kingdom capital. It's been way too long since I was there last. Oh, Professor, I didn't mean... it's not that I'm looking forward to it or anything.
You don't have to hide.
Please don't tease me like that.
This is a
It's
vacation,
just,
but...
when I think of us finally saving everyone in Ferdiad, it makes me a little happy. Oh, the kingdom capital is under the tight control of Cornelia, who was ennobled by the Empire.
He's going to be smacked down.
Judging by what we heard from Lord Rodrigue, it sounds like she's a tyrant.
For everything I've heard, she's a
But
tyrant.
all of that ends soon. Let's get there quickly.
Say,
I'll do all the supports next up.
So we're turning around and heading for the kingdom capital? Ridiculous. Tell him to cease this nonsense. Isn't there a saying in Fodlan? Something about those with power knowing how to use it? If he's not careful, the goddess will send her saints to smite him. Not that I believe that.
Nothing to believe that. Not the kind of reaction I expected from her. That was kind of weird. Hey, chess key, nice. Free chess key. Now I don't have to buy that.
Say, I've come to deliver vegetables we harvested in the village to the monastery's dining hall. Because of the season, I couldn't really pick that much. But I wanted to help you guys out, even just a little bit. We're busily planting seeds, so when things start to grow, I'll be back.
Do you need seeds? I have seeds. All right, one more, and then that'll do it for this episode. And next time we'll do all the support.
Definitely.
After that great battle earlier, the balance of power in Fodlan has shifted greatly. To get revenge for all our fallen friends, we'll have to stake our lives on the fight that lies before us. Okay. Okay.
Okay. And I'll spend the rest of the free time as well. So next time, supports. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a lot of fun. It's good that the Dimitri we know is back. I was getting scared that he was just going to be Mad King Dimitri for the rest of who knows when. But it was like he's going to try to turn things. You know, he's got to turn the corner and wants to do the right thing. It's what he really believes in, and that's good. That's a good thing to believe in, doing the right thing and saving the people from the tyrant. Until next time, I'm Central. Remember to shoot for the stars and take care, everyone.